Hey guys, this is Kristen Murphy from Wine Library, or K-Murph as you might know me.
And Aaron Malcolmson from Wine Library as well.
And so we're really excited about this Thursday on the 25th. There's the Washington Merlot tasting on Twitter, hosted by Nectar Wine, Josh Wade. So on Thursday, all you have to do is get a Twitter account, get a bottle of Washington Merlot, and tweet about it. And then use the hashtag WAMerlot. And so wineries are going to participate. We're participating right now. And just all around the country, we're going to kind of get together and talk about this cool Washington Merlot.
Yeah. What I think of Washington as a whole in wine growing aspects is you really have growth from Columbia Valley.
Right.
You have growth in Walla Walla, and those are kind of the main two areas where you find the cabs getting more popular, some of the best domestic Syrahs made in Walla Walla.
K
Vintners, Charles Smith. But there's some really great wines coming out of there, and the consumer benefits because real estate may not be as high as areas such as Napa and so forth.
Exactly.
So, you're drinking these $15, $20, this one around $25 wine that, if you got it from California, maybe closer to $30, $40.
Right. It's kind of what it used to be in California.
Exactly.
So, more entry-level price points, but awesome wines.
So the wine we're going to be doing today is 2007. This is called Seven Hills Winery, as well as Seven Hills Vineyard Merlot. The wine was aged 18 months in French oak, 40% of which was new. There's 465 cases produced, so very small production. Besides that, I think 07 was a strong vintage for Washington. Obviously Napa had a phenomenal vintage,
yes.
But a relatively new wine.
Yeah, so cool. Let's get into it. And just some fun facts about Merlot in Washington. There's about 6,000 acres that are planted, and so it's a big backbone of the whole Bordeaux blending that Washington State does, as well as obviously Cabernet Sauvignon and Cab Franc, because they're a little bit more resistant to frost, and that can be a problem in Washington with the early frosts that happen. So.
All right. I think right off the bat you get bright berries, a little bit of blueberry, raspberry plate to it.
You get a nice Bing cherry sort of thing coming through.
There's also a little aspect of vanilla. I think that is from the oak. 18 months of oak is plenty for a lot of Merlots.
Yes.
You have to have good juice that'll stand up to the oak. And this one seems to be pretty well integrated into the aromatics.
But there is a nice little underlying earthiness to it that doesn't make it a total fruit bomb. There's something interesting,
yes.
And there's some complexity underneath.
What do you say?
Yeah, let's go.
Dry.
Yes.
Dry.
And it's got some nice acid to it as well.
Yes. High acid. Fresh tannins. You can tell it's still a young wine because the tannins are right up top. It seems like, I'm not going to call the length of this wine, but in a couple of years maybe the tannins would soften up a little bit.
Right. It's quite good though.
It is good. There's, dark berry again. I think the spice comes across nice. It's got almost like a little cinnamon spice to it. Medium bodied. This isn't an over-the-top, full-bodied wine by any stretch.
But what I like about it, and what I find my problem with California is that it gets a little too flabby for me for some Merlots. They're just too hot. It's too much. And I find that this strikes a nice balance. And for me is more similar to a Bordeaux, an actual Bordeaux, because it does have more, it's a cooler climate.
Yes.
And where I feel that Merlot works a little bit better in Washington because it just, it just has more you know.
Cooler climate. I mean, you're going to see the same thing at Central Coast in California, Walla
Just
Walla,
not to
and
discount
Washington.
all California.
No, of course not. But I'm saying,
I don't want to get into that.
But you know, the cooler climates really benefit Syrah. They benefit Merlot because I mean the wines just don't get over extracted or jammy by any stretch.
Right.
I mean, I think this, for being a medium-bodied wine, is cut and clean.
Yes.
You know, I mean the wine does have a long finish though. As I'm sitting here talking,
Still
went for a while there. Yeah.
And there's like dark fruit really comes out at the end. Like there's like a very blueberry, blackberry thing going on.
Yeah.
Just really cool for Merlot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think for 25?
I think it's a nice little bottle. I think it'd go really well with a steak, and it's kind of that nice like in between old world and new world.
Yeah. I would say it does a good combination of both. I mean, the fruit is there, the tannic backbone is there. Good drinking bottle, though.
Definitely. So, guys, remember, when you tweet, do Washington Merlot. We'll be tweeting. I'll be going from Kmurph, WineLib.
Yeah, I'll be doing WineLib_Aaron. And we'll both be talking about this tasting as well as, other wines we're tasting throughout the week and, from here on out. So
Excellent. See you
thank
guys.
you.